So a lot of you may have used this. You may have teachers using this. I like to use these guys when I have a rehab situation or somebody's got nodes or something a little bit more crazy. Sometimes we use the smaller straw. The trainer is for beginners, intermediate, advanced, right? It's not, you can work it into the program. You can use this as not just an addendum, but a strengthening tool. And so if you're needing something more than water and straw, so my voice is very advanced. I've been singing my whole life. I've done everything from sing in bands to sing live to musical theater to opera to rock opera to recording in the studio to doing voiceover for film and TV. So you name it, I've done it. And now training some of the biggest singers in the world and getting these huge these huge performances on stage. We are using this constantly, and all my singers use it. I don't know how many older folks we have, and if you're a country fan, but Rascal Flatts is going back out on tour, so I'm going to go there in February to Nashville and set that up, so that's going to be very exciting. So what we're doing with the tool is this. So it looks a little bit like a whistle, okay? It's got a lever on it, and it's got notches, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. The lever moves. That's closed. That's open. You see that opening right there? Okay, so we have notches on it. So what we do is we kind of start with notch 1, and you'll see that it's mostly open there. It's a little easier to navigate. What we're not doing, guys, is we're not blowing into it. We're humming into it. The air will naturally escape with the hum, just like when we go on a note. A little bit of air is coming out my nose. A little bit of air will come out the slit there. You'll see there's a hole right there. And so what the lever does is it creates more back pressure, and each notch gets higher and higher, and it closes the opening more and more, which creates more pressure. The more pressure you have, the more your vocal cords are kind of, I don't want to use this word struggling, but coaxing to come together, which is what you want. And when you sing a song and you warm up, you definitely don't want to be using your strap muscles. So you don't want to be using the muscles in your neck here and your larynx hiking up and down, because it chokes you out. So it's never a good thing. So what the trainer does is it trains your vocal cords to be the only thing in the neck that moves, and everything else goes to sleep. Now, the reason that you guys sing and you have trouble with big songs, you're afraid of songs, you're fine on the verse, but you get to the chorus and you're like, oh my God, my voice is too light, or oh my God, it's too heavy, it's because you're either pulling or flipping. And if you don't want to be in any of those, you don't want to be pulling or flipping, right? So each one is bad, pulling more so, because that creates MTD, vocal dysphonia, and other problems on the cords. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put it on, I'm going to put it on like notch 1.5. And I'm just going to hum. I don't know why I keep going back to C as titanium, but it's great because there's such big jumps in it, right? We have a lot of these really breathy singers right now doing a lot of really breathy stuff. And it's cool. A lot of people, they like Lana Del Rey, but it's also not training your voice to be strong. You can add those elements later when you sing, but you always want to train in strength. So if I'm going to go, I'm humming, I'm not blowing. I'm not going, if I go, my cheeks pop out, I lose all my air, my vocal cords come apart. That's not what we want. The vocal cords shouldn't be apart. We want to get them closed and adducted. So if you're doing a basic scale, and you're just going, let's say, I'll just grab a note. You're going, So instead of going, no, 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 that's a pull. No, 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 that's head voice, that's a flip. Neither of those are good. We don't talk like that, so we don't want to sing like that. Sometimes we use head voice in songs just for a softer part, but you don't want to sing the whole song in head voice. You have to be able to connect all the registers. So, no, 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 no. Back to chest. So it's chest, mix, head, right? Does that make sense? So now I'm going to do a runner, an arpeggio. I'm going to start a little lower. I'm going to go, ooh, that's scarier, right? That's a lot scarier. And it's early. So if I go, no, 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 sometimes singers are going to flip, they're going to pull. You want to be in a balanced state when you sing. You want to have air and muscle balancing themselves like a wolf and a tweeter on a stereo or on speakers. You want to have treble and bass balance. So this actually not only strengthens the vocal cords, but it balances those speakers, if you will. I'm going to take it out and try it again. I'm going to do it on a na. Na, 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 na. A lot of singers will pull in the morning, or na, 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 na. Don't want to do that, especially people that sing the Star Spangled Banner. You don't want to sing like that. Oh, say, can you see by the... No, that's not it. It's, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light. Those of you that don't know the Star Spangled Banner because you're not from the U.S., it's just our national anthem, and it's very easy to sing when you're trained and very, very difficult to sing when you're not. So I did this with somebody the other day, so we'll move to that. We'll start on the C. Right here, I'll go, oh, say, can you see, easy, by the dawn's early light, easy. I'm just going to clip it. Well, so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. All that's fine. And the rocket red. That's where people get freaked out because that... You're going C to C. It's a full octave. It's 8 notes. That C is really hard to hit in a mix. So watch what we're going to do with the trainer. Instead of, or rocket regular. Nah, poor man's way to sing. Weak. Nobody wants that. Take the trainer. Watch. Puts me right up into my mask right out the gate. I'm going to open it up a little bit more. I'm right there. Now watch me. And the rockets red glare the bombs. I made it, right? It's early for me still. I haven't taught clients. I usually do these in the morning before I've started my day. So it's a little rougher than normal, but I like it like that. Singers go, should I come in warmed up? No, because I don't want you to be doing anything wrong on your own. I'd rather warm you up and figure out what's working, what isn't, and why. So we use the trainer to get singers placed really quickly. I'm going to have another sip of coffee and answer some more questions, so bring them on. This is a good one. Okay, what I mean, should the nose be completely closed? No, if you don't have a trainer, by the way, you can plug your nose, and that acts as a trainer. It's a poor man's way to do it if you don't have a trainer, but it works. Because what happens when you plug your nose is it shuts down all the muscles in the neck and the larynx from moving too much. The only thing that's moving are the vocal cords. So you can go, no, 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 no. It'll bring you into your face. And then you can do it again, this. And then into, and the rockets regular the bombs. I can keep going higher and higher and higher when I use the proper warm-ups. And it doesn't matter what note I hit. It's always going to sound strong, but I'm never going to be in a pull, which is too much muscle, and I'm never going to be in a flip, which is too much air. Okay, let's get to some more of these. Okay, Christina? Ooh, worship leaders. You guys, boy, we ruin our voices really quick. I've never done worship leadering with a group, but I used to cantor all the masses at my church when I was young, and I got paid for it. It was great. I did it since I was about 12 or 13, and I would lead all the services and do all the music, and I would do weddings and funerals, and it was my job, and it's how I made money as a teenager, and it was a lot of work. So we run out of air, and we run out of steam pretty quickly when we're not trained. So I'm a worship leader and speaker. I've been feeling discomfort in my throat. It feels weak, and I feel like I have a knot in my throat. Okay, so first of all, you got to go to an ear, nose, and throat. You got to go to an ENT in your area, laryngologist. They need to scope you and find out what's going on, because there's a couple things that could be going on there, Christina. You could either have something on the actual vocal cord, like a pre-node, or maybe an old hemorrhage if you blew your voice out. But more likely, you're probably experiencing some strap muscle tension. So these muscles that run down the neck, that can get very tense. And then they get stronger than the vocal cords themselves, and then the vocal cords kind of give up. They stop working. So just remember, go get scoped, because we have to know what it is first. And oftentimes when you're a worship leader, if your technique's out and you're not using enough mix when you sing, or you're talking too much, you can be putting too much pressure on the throat. So that's a little speech therapy. If you guys need more information, I say this every week, you can go to Official Val Morehouse, which is my Instagram, and DM me, Or you can go to my website, valeriemorehouse.com, and you can ask me a question, or I can get you hooked in with one of my associate teachers. They'll run you through a 30-minute diagnostic and figure out what's working, what isn't, and why. A lot of it is explained in this too. Self-plug, A Better Voice by me. It's on Amazon. It's tales of all of my celebrity students that struggled and had a problem. We got them back on stage. So it's not a big book about technique. It's boring, yawn. There is technique in there, but I've woven it into stories, like a coffee table book, and that's really, really cool. So it's 28 years of information rolled up into one big ball. We talk about touring. We talk about mental health and mental health on the road, and there's a lot of really useful information. So every singer on the planet should have this book. I wish every singer on the planet would buy the book. I really do think there's a lot of useful information that I wish I would have had when I was a young singer. So I had to go through all the good and the bad problems with my own struggles and my own teaching with my clients to write this book and figure out what's the best path and the path of least resistance. Okay, so I got the trainer 3 months back after watching your videos, and it's been a game changer for me. Ooh, I love it. And I've got a lot of students from India. Thank you. I love that. Game changer, guys. Bettervoice.store. Do you know any exercises to try with the trainer to help with enunciation, articulation, or being more comfortable on every phenom in my range? Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is, if you guys are serious singers, you need to have a lesson. I mean, that's just hands down. You got to just book a lesson. There's me, and I have 2 other teachers that are phenomenal. They help me out with all my students: Sam Smith, Olivia Rodrigo, Lainey Wilson, and many more. And people love them. And we are all a team, but you need to be diagnosed because every singer is different. Everybody is different. The exercises that I would start with, if you can't do the running arpeggio, if you're male, you'd start down here. If you're female, you'd start a little bit higher on that. Probably a G, low G, but below middle C, and you just start with that's low. I'm going to start a little higher because I'm a female. I'm going to put it on notch 2. Notice, guys, I'm humming too. I'm humming into it. I'm not blowing. I'm putting, when I hum and I go, my chords come together, which is what we want. Go half step. As you get higher and you get into the bridge, first bridge is A to B flat for a female, F to F sharp for a man, anyone over puberty for men. You need to open the jaw a little bit more and open the teeth inside, because if you don't, the larynx starts to hike. If I go, you see my neck? That's bad. That's not what we want. We want a soft neck. We want only the vocal cords moving. So you'll go, and open the teeth. Notice my neck didn't move, my muscles didn't grab, and my larynx didn't hike. It's crazy. It's amazing. So if there's a song that you guys ever want me to tackle, send them to bettervoice.co to Braden, and he will get them to me, and I can answer them as well. Or if you have, like I said, if you have songs that you want me to do, happy to show you how to do that. Whoops, hang on. I didn't go through any training in my early years, and it was time I learned that my voice started cracking on higher notes because maybe I used my throat too much. Yeah, oftentimes your throat will crack. It's not your throat, it's your vocal cords, right? Sometimes when you're with a teacher and you're cracking a little bit, there's a good crack and a bad crack. There's a pull, which isn't really a crack, and sometimes your voice will crack and you'll have these little breaks in the voice because the vocal cords are now learning and they're taking over. The muscles are taking over for the strap muscles that shouldn't be working. So it's like a sit-up. If I'm using my neck and my back to heave me up, I'm not going to strengthen my core. I want to just use my core to get me up. And so that's what the trainer does. It focuses on the right muscles moving and exercising, and it makes the other muscles go to sleep, right? What else do we have? We have a lot of questions. You guys are rock stars today. Now with the trainer, I'm slowly where to sing from. Yeah, you have places. You have chest place, a mixed place, and a head place. I call it in my book the SPA, the sound producing anatomy. You have to learn how it works, right? It's very, very important. And as singers, you need to train just like athletes train. You don't get to the NBA or the NFL, that's American football and basketball for those of you who are in other countries and maybe you watch it, but you don't get to those levels of sports or any sport without a coach. And you don't just quit going to your coach. They have to see their coach every single week, just like the rest of the team. Singers tend to get a little lazy. They don't want to put money and time into their voices, and then they end up with tons of problems. Why? Because they're not going to an anatomical technician. There's a lot of vocal coaches out there that are performance coaches. They're fun, and you get to sing, but they're not doing anything for you. They're not walking you through your anatomics and what's going on with your own voice. Everybody is specific. You have to make sure you have a trainer, a vocal coach that understands your anatomy and what's going on with you specifically, so they can work on exercises that go against your tendency, not with your tendency. And this is something that you can do on your own in your home. That's very, very easy, and it's really hard to mess it up. So that's what I love about it. I don't like my singers doing a lot of exercises without me, because they're either pulling too much on them or there's too much air, and then they do them wrong for a week and come back, and I'm like, oh my God, you've gotten even worse. So I like to have clients for 2, 3, 4 lessons, and then I sort of supervise and go, okay, they're doing it right. Then they come back and I'll give them, they can do 5 minutes on their own, 10, 15, but this is something you can actually do on your own. Let's see, I'm moving down. Thank you guys for coming in today. Any more questions? Has this been helpful? Give me some feedback, because you guys can't talk back to me unless you type. I like that back and forth, because I want to answer everything. Did I miss anybody? The articulation question, by the way, just keep doing the exercises in the trainer. Or and you'll get faster, and the faster your chords move, the more agile they are, just like muscles, right? Do you work with all level singers? Yes, I do. I work with all level singers. My teachers work with all level singers. We're here to help and make people better, no matter what. I'm a singer from Israel. I have a lack of closure in the lower part of the strings. What vocal exercises are the best recommended for me? The doctor said it was a structure of my chords. Okay, so when you have a lack of closure, that usually means that you have a little bit of like one chord is weaker than the other. It's like a little paralytic, right? And it's just not quite touching. And so that can be strengthened through exercises, and the trainer will actually help you with that. So you can start slow and just, you can sustain and do vibrato. And make it like a na 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 na. Vibrato is another thing if you don't have it. Some people have it naturally, some don't. But it's something that can be learned too as well. So just remember that. You can... Guys, don't put your finger over the hole, because you won't get anything out of that. So if you have the trainer this way... All right, don't close, put your finger over that gap. You see that gap? It's gotta be, sometimes, most of my students hold it like this on the sides, and you can be, it's a fifth. It's a little harder to hear, but it's a broken arpeggio. No, 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 bum, bum. No, 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 bum, bum. You keep going instead of no, 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 or no, 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 no. Your chords are moving and the neck is relaxed, and that's, again, the goal that we're trying to achieve. So, it's amazing. Best live I've seen for a long time here on IG. Thank you. I love that. Maybe I'm a little more awake today. I felt very tired today, but everything going on here and in the world. So just peace, love for everyone. That is my message of the day. Okay, so let's go back here. My crack. I meant when I would ascend towards higher notes to E or F, it would just break and crack in between singing. Yeah, that can be fixed. Yeah, that can be fixed. That's actually can be really fixed. And I find that, I'm going to say this with all humility. So just know, this is with all humility. There are a lot of vocal coaches around the world that are not equipped to deal with vocal issues. So they're dealing with singers who already have good voices. Not everybody, but a lot of them. And I'm only saying that, guys, because I've been doing this for 28 years. I've been in the music business for 35. They are not equipped to deal with rehab, So nodules, polyps, they might be doing a couple things that are good, but some of the other exercises are actually going with the person's tendency, which you don't want to do. You want to go against it. And so then they end up tying more knots. I see it every day. I see it every week. I see it every year with clients coming from other teachers that aren't quite getting it, or they just don't really understand the mix, or they're not good with rehab. I'm telling you, it can be fixed. Reach out to me at ValerieMorehouse.com. We'll get you with one of my teachers. We'll figure it out. That's what we do. We're stellar at rehab. I work with all the ear, nose, and throat surgeons all over the world in the major cities. They know me, they know us, and it can be fixed, and we can diagnose it. It's not going to be overnight, but you can definitely fix it and start improving and understand what you're doing wrong. Don't get defeated. I'm not very good at singing. Is this going to help me get better? Or should I also if you're not very good at singing, yeah, you need singing lessons. I mean, if you want to be an athlete and play a sport, and you say, I'm not very good at soccer, should I go to a soccer coach? Well, yeah, you absolutely need to go to a soccer coach, right? So you don't want to be doing that on your own. One thing to be aware of, it's just common sense. And people think because the voice is in our necks or they have a nice voice that they don't need to train. That's nonsense. I mean, look at all the professional athletes who have coaches. Why do you think they do it at the level they do? Because they're athletes and they're mentally strong and they're willing to do the work and go into the saunas and do the training and get sleep and eat healthy, right? So singers are a little bit different than that, but you have to have a little bit of discipline. So yeah, if you're not a good singer, you need a voice coach, 1,000%. But you already knew that. I didn't tell you anything you don't know. Okay, I tend to lose my voice or have it be very tired after singing for 30 minutes. That is a big red flag. In Sarah, did I say that right? I don't have my glasses on, you guys, so it's what happens in the 50s. Yes, there's something wrong then. You're probably pulling with strap muscle, and that's causing you to run out. Your vocal cords are not working properly. Again, get a scope, find an ENT, go to ValerieMorehouse.com. Let's get you a half an hour with someone. Let's figure it out. We can figure it out like in 15 minutes what the problem is, and we can start rectifying it. How long should you be exercising your voice? Yeah, and how many hours can you sing before damage can occur? I don't, if you're really, really trained, I mean, I could sing for days and not have damage occur. That's technique, right? It's like playing a sport. You look like you're running really fast and you're playing really hard, but you might be playing hard and not smart. Okay, and if you wear yourself out, you're not going to have any gas for the rest of the game. So, athletic management is very important, and technique is very important for cardio and athletic management. So, I tell, depending on the students, it's 5 minutes a day to an hour, depending on where they are in their training and what kind of artist they are. So you have to work up. Think athletics, guys. Athlete, athlete, athlete. That's what singers are doing. They're not rock stars, musicians. You're athletes, and you have to train that way. Very, very similar. Okay, scrolling down here. Do you have any tips for finding a good voice coach? I'm scared of going to someone bad. You should be. Let me tell you, the horror stories, okay? They're in my book, guys. Remember, pick it up. You want to read some crazy stories? This is what not to do. You can pick it up on Amazon. It's called A Better Voice. All of that is in there. You can email me, ValerieMorehouse.com, and tell me where you're in, what your area is. We do online, by the way. We do online lessons all around the world. We've got people in India, Turkey, UK, Dubai, New Delhi, a couple people from there right now, Portugal, Brazil, we're everywhere. So put a little bit of money into your investment and at least get a diagnostic going so that you know what to look for. And you can always do online lessons. Okay, we're getting down to the wire here, guys. I love all these questions. I just started lessons and I learned I was controlling pitch with the muscles in my throat. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're controlling pitch with the muscles in your throat. That's how you get vocal dysphonia. That's very, very bad. Any recommendations how to relax my throat? This will help. BetterVoice.store. This is what today is about. This is going to help you, the vocal trainer. So BetterVoice.store. Grab one. Whenever I get vocal fatigue, it's always tension down the left side. Okay, you might be, you know, we're all asymmetrical, like our jaws and TMJ and all this stuff. You see people singing out the side of your mouth. You might be favoring one side, but again, I cannot impart to you guys enough. You need a technical vocal coach. You don't need a performance coach, and you don't need somebody regurgitating scales from the collegiate level or high school, or they were in theater, musical theater, or they played piano, so now they're teaching voice. You have to find a real technical person that understands, that works with surgeons, and the surgeon will be like thumbs up. I have a bunch of surgeons who collaborated with me on the book. A lot of them are on the back of my book. You can read the back of the book. You can also read some of the surgeons inside the book and what they have to say about proper vocal training. I need the good surgeons as much as they need me. I can't operate, they can't rehab, so we need each other. So you want to make sure that person has that relationship. I'm running out of time here. We're at 11:01. I've got to grab my client. We can pick some of this up. I do want to answer these questions. We're getting to the end here. But I love you all for joining today. We had a really good turnout today, even though it was last minute. We'll do another one with a little bit more time, but thank you. If you have any questions that we didn't answer about the vocal trainer, how to get one, how to use it, you can go to bettervoice.co, which is what we're on. You can order them at bettervoice.store. You can get my book on Amazon, A Better Voice on Amazon, and then you can reach me at valeriemorehouse.com. That's the easiest way. You can see my client list, my teachers, our bios, our mission statement. You can sign up. My assistant Danielle can get back to you, and we can set you up with a 30-minute diagnostic. So we'll do more of these. So please keep tuning in and get your vocal trainer like right now today, bettervoice.store. Bye guys. Thanks again. Take care.